Hey guys, I got this medical issue and I need your help with it. I've been to 3 doctors and nobody can figure it out. There's this immense pain on my upper body. There's nothing that causes it. I can't take that answer because something has to be triggering it. And it starts from the lower of my back and goes all the way into my head.
Wow.
The only way I can describe it is it feels like just ants all over you, just biting you all at the same time. But I am asking if this has happened to anyone because I would love to see how you took care of it. So,
Sure.
Hey, what's going on? It's Michael. Yo, welcome to The Week in 15 Minutes. I got it right.
Perfect.
The Week in 15 Minutes. First, before we get to that, just want to say big shout outs to everyone that came out to the shows at Comics Roadhouse. We were in Uncasville, Connecticut. And I will have to say, that is one of the longest flights I've ever been on. Breeze Airlines, which actually solid airline.
I got to say, what for an airline that I didn't know existed until 11 days ago.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It was like a Southwest flight, to be honest with you. You know, it was late, leaving late. So, you know, but to their credit, they got us there. It was the only direct flight to Las Vegas from Hartford, Connecticut. And it was great, man. It's just long. It was like a 5.5 hour flight.
It also had the seat in front of you. Instead of just having the flip down table, it had the little tray that you can put your phone on.
Which is cool.
I like that. I've never had that
cool.
option before. I thought that was one of the better features of Breeze Airlines.
Yeah, Southwest just started adding those too.
Oh, really?
A lot of airlines are adding it because everybody just watches stuff on their cell phone. I still bring an iPad to watch movies on. This is how long the flight was. I watched The Brutalist, which is a 3.5 hour movie because I'm covering the Oscars this weekend. And for KTLA, big shout outs to them. Watch that and another movie. That's how long the flight was. It was so long.
Brutal. Yeah.
I get headaches on flights too.
Yeah, that long, man. I know. We got an 8-hour one coming up here. Well, at least I got an 8-hour one coming up when we go to Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm flying from Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah. Mine's 6 hours. Is it that direct or you got to stop?
Direct, yeah.
Okay.
The only way, it's a layover in LA on the way back.
Okay.
But yeah, that flight there, I got to leave Minneapolis Monday morning, and then it's just straight up 8 hours. Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. So for all you guys, I'm still on tour. We're doing the It's a True Tour. If you want to check us out on tour this weekend, Boulder, Colorado, one show. We're at the Dairy Arts Center. About 70 tickets left. Dairy Arts Center. Go there. Let's sell it out. Let's make it happen. Dairy Arts Center, Boulder, Colorado. If you've ever seen me in Denver perform, make the 45-minute trip. Let's do this. All right. Let's jump into it right now. The Week in 15 Minutes. What do you want to start with, Rudy?
Last night, the SAG Awards.
Yes, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it because since you're covering the Oscars this week,
Yep.
I don't know much about the movies that are coming out. I was really into, a few years ago, I was really into all of the movies that were, for years, for probably a decade. Every movie that was nominated, I wanted to see so I could watch the Oscars. And just over the last few years, maybe like a year before COVID, I just don't care anymore.
Yeah, I don't think anybody, I mean, I don't want to say that because I'm covering. I think people care.
They care.
It's just the movies aren't popular.
Yeah, that's the problem is that these pictures that get nominated for Best Film are these artsy, you never see them. Why can't Top Gun Maverick be nominated? That was a great movie.
Maverick was awesome.
Great.
Maverick, I like those type of movies. They need to have a category or at least put 1 or 2 of those films in that people have actually seen, and it may draw people, more viewers to the Oscars. But then again, at the same time, they may not want that.
Yeah.
They want their artistic crowd to watch the Oscars. But to me, man, like I've seen all the movies now.
Yeah.
And there are a couple good ones. You know, I like Amelia Perez. That was the winner till these racist tweets were found by the lead actress. And then I saw the Conclave, which is great. But the Conclave, it's like a 2.5-hour movie. It's about who's going to be the next pope. Pope dies. And you find out this, no matter where you are in life, it's all about politics.
Sure.
It's all political. Even being the next pope. It's a political game you got to play.
Yeah.
So that was good. That was really good. John Lithgow is in that. What's his name?
Tucci.
Stanley Tucci.
Ray Fiennes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good movie.
My
Good movie.
girlfriend ruined it for me today.
How?
She told me like what happens at the end, and I was like, thanks, appreciate it. Because I wanted to take her this week because I wanted to go see it because after it won the best cast at the SAG Awards.
Yes.
So I looked it up. There's one showing happening. It's a matinee, like 1 p.m. She's here until Thursday. I'm like, great, we can go see it. And then she was talking about it because they're having this situation with the Pope. Where is he dead? We don't know. Who knows what's going on with that? Did you not see that?
No. What's happening now?
Oh no, the Pope is like in intensive care.
Oh, I saw that. I saw an article though, but it said it was getting better. Or he's not?
It was funny because on my flight yesterday, when we landed, I had a thing pop up that said Pope passed away. And I was like, oh wow. And then woke up this morning and they're like, thumbs up from the Pope. And I was like, that is divine intervention, my friend.
He did it faster than 3 days.
I know.
It took Jesus 3 days. The Pope was like, yo, I'm back in 1.
We're good, dude.
Less than 24 hours.
It's all right. I got a tea time at 11:30. Let's make this happen.
That's the clip.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't see that story.
Yeah.
But I saw that it said he was getting better.
Yeah, well, then this morning we read that he's on the mend, but I don't know, maybe it's just talk about, art imitating life with the fact that...
but how, and I hate to sound like this, but how great of a promotion for the Conclave on Oscar week than a Pope. I
agree, man. Yep.
Is that God saying, I want the Conclave to win? Yeah. I don't know. The votes are already casted, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But what a story, though.
Yeah,
right?
That would be like Denzel Washington winning the Academy Award this month for Flight.
Yeah.
With all of the plane crashes that are happening. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just in the cards for us.
I don't know. The Conclave was good, but it's I tell people it's a movie where it's a lot of conversation.
Yeah.
One-on-one conversation, great script, but if you're into that.
Yeah. See, that's why I don't mind Quentin Tarantino films. Because sometimes those scenes are just static shot, one person, 11 minutes of just them talking. And I go, the dialogue is so good, I'm in it. You know?
I like those movies too. And this one did it right. Mm-hmm. It was interesting. To be honest with you, I dozed off probably about 15 minutes in the flight watching it. Came back. I didn't feel like I missed anything.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's one of those where you could doze off for a couple minutes. You're right back in it.
Yeah.
Nothing major is going to happen.
That's good. I was watching White Lotus last night and I missed like 7 seconds of it. And I was like, I'm totally lost. I had to go
White
back
Lotus.
And rewatch. And
Were you up on the first 2 seasons of White Lotus?
Yeah.
It's a good show. It's great.
Phenomenal.
What's the girl's name that plays just the straight face girl? Like she never breaks. She's just always that character, dark hair. She's just always like, she has this little...
She's in this season?
Last season.
Oh, last season. Oh, man.
She's famous for it. She was in the Community, that TV show Community. I think her name...
Allison Brie.
No. I think her name's... She's the one that just keeps a straight face, never smiles, never nothing. That's her. I think she was in White Lotus last... Hold on. Now I'm mad.
Now we got to look it up.
White Lotus, 2nd season. Yeah, she's great. She plays like she never smiles.
Is it the blonde gal that's on Community?
Brunette. That's her whole thing is she never smiles.
Oh,
even when she gets booked on commercials, she never smiles.
Oh, I thought Allison Brie was the
No,
gal.
Allison Brie is funny. Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, Aubrey Plaza. No, she was in Parks and Rec. Community was the one where they got the community
Allison
college.
Brie, you're right.
Parks and Rec was with Amy Poehler. Yeah, okay.
Aubrey Plaza is great.
Isn't she? Yeah, she's great. Yeah, she was great in that because they had a whole dialogue with her and her husband were on vacation with You know who wrote that? Did you ever see School of Rock?
No.
With Jack Black?
No, yes, a long time ago, but I couldn't tell you one thing that happened in the movie.
So his roommate in that movie is the guy who writes White Lotus. And going back and like watching, because after I watched the first episode of season 3, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be in it. But then remembering, the first 2 episodes of the previous seasons is such setup. And it just keeps building and building and building. And they give you these little clues as to what's going to happen. And then it just, they blow the doors wide open. And by like episode 4 or 5.
So what episode are you on season 3?
Season 3, I'm on episode 2 because there's only 2 that are out right now.
Is that HBO?
HBO.
See, I'll wait till it's done. Because if I never Google it or anything, it'll never pop up on your feed. As soon, like I just typed in to find Aubrey Plaza, I'm sure it'll pop up all over my feed now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I'm being tracked.
You guys were chatting a little bit off air about some of the other winners and people that are nominated.
Yeah, Demi Moore.
Yeah.
For The Substance.
Mm-hmm.
I need to watch that movie, but I won't.
Yeah.
Because I don't like scary movies, man. I I don't know if anybody out there, and please leave a comment if you have, and please 5 stars, leave a star, leave a subscription wherever you're watching this or listening. Make sure you do what you need to do to help us keep doing this. But after I had kids, I can't watch murder, like just over the top murdering people, like gun shooting people and stuff. I can't watch that, and I can't watch scary movies. Because scary is not supposed to be a feeling you feel normally.
Yeah.
So I don't want to inject myself to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Joy, laughter, sadness is stuff you go through every day, but I don't go through scared every day, so I don't want to live that. Because it's unnatural for your body to go through that. And I'm old, man. Yeah. It's too much pressure on the heart.
Yeah.
Like, why do I want to be scared if I don't have to be scared?
Yeah. I dated a girl. She was like, she would dress normal, but then when you went to her house, it was like Halloween. Everything was like black cats and like witches' brooms and stuff. And I'm like, we went and saw a movie together. And we went and saw like, Don't Blink or Don't Speak. The one about the guy who can't see or what. And I was like, it's too much. Can we just go find a rom-com somewhere?
And she probably loved it.
Loved everything. She walked out the whole ride back to her apartment was just a million miles an hour about this movie. And I'm like,
that's not me, man. I'm not going to go somewhere to make myself scared or put myself through that. Yeah. The only thing I'll do, and I'm not really scared because I enjoy it, is roller coasters.
Oh, sure.
But every time I'm on a roller coaster, I'm like, why am I doing this? I got kids.
Yeah, it's I'm good.
But my son is with me, and I'm like, why am I doing this? But he loves it too.
Sure.
So hopefully, I'm rolling the dice on that one. But you never know. If you don't live, you don't live,
Yeah.
So,
Timothée Chalamet won for Best Actor in A Complete Unknown.
You saw that. What'd you think?
It's a little bit close to my heart just because I grew up in the same town as Bob Dylan.
But what'd you think of his performance?
I liked his performance.
You didn't love?
I didn't love the movie. Because I guess I just know not a lot about Bob Dylan.
So it's kind of like Flight.
I know enough.
Denzel saved the movie. Like Denzel was the movie.
Yeah.
The movie was not great, but he was phenomenal.
Yeah. And they kind of tell this sort of haphazard story. It's kind of all over the place. And then they talk about Dylan going electric. And then the Norfolk Folk Festival was not going to let him play if he was going to go electric. It's like, well, dude, he went electric in Europe. That didn't happen in the States.
Electric means for people electric
guitar. Yeah,
okay.
He changed the acoustic and then went all electric.
Okay, was that a big deal?
Huge deal.
Why?
Because he was basically turning his back on his fans and his fan base because it was all folk music, and then all of a sudden, you had guys like Johnny Cash started going electric. You had the Byrds, they were going electric. There were all of these bands back then that were putting away the acoustic guitar, and because they were seeing the influence of like Jimi Hendrix. And there was all these bands that were coming around and these artists that were making it big, being electric, and they went, all right, we're going to change. And then once they did, the fans were like, no, gosh. But it only lasted for, maybe a month. And then they heard the stuff that he was putting out electric, and they went, "Oh, this is great."
Oh, people hate change.
Oh, all the time.
Even today.
Yeah. It goes both ways too, man. Like Beyonce becoming a country artist. How dare she? She is not a country artist.
To me, it doesn't matter. Music is music. Yeah. I don't get caught up. It's so crazy what people get caught up into. Yeah. Like I don't have enough hours in the day to worry about if Beyonce's singing country or. It's all music to me.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. People, and I often wonder, I'm a busy person. I like to stay busy, but the people that have time to just sit and complain and type all day and get into arguments with people, it blows me away. How do you have that much time?
Yeah.
Like, how do you just brain width to do that? Like, I don't want to be in that.
Yeah. I will say the one thing about your fans and about the people that watch this podcast is the comments that they leave are always super positive and very nice. Because I work on other people's shows on YouTube, and I spend half of my day having to go through and either block people or get rid of comments, or I'm why would you waste your life?
I do think if you, like, what I love is I don't know, I like talking about everything, but I think there's a way to talk about it where even if you're against what I'm saying, I'm not going to disrespect you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fire you up about it. I'm going to give you my opinion. Agreed. Just like the other time where we talked about Trump. I forgot what it was. We talked about something about Trump on a podcast. That podcast did really well. But I was like, I'm not a Trumper, But stop complaining about little things he's
The
doing.
picture that he had.
Yeah, who cares?
It doesn't
Who
matter.
cares about stuff like that?
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to complain about prices, gas, food, whatever you want to complain about, but not a picture in the White House.
Before we get off this topic, did you see The Fall Guy?
The Fall Guy?
With good-looking, man, played Ken. Why am I spacing on his name at the moment? Ryan.
Gosling?
Ryan Gosling, yeah. You see? Oh, great movie. You should see it.
Is it?
Yeah, I loved it. They won for Best Stunt Ensemble.
Okay. Yeah. But it's not like an Oscar-worthy movie. It's just a fun popcorn movie?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. I mean, it was a great movie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if, let's see, maybe it is, because I have the...
It's not nominated for an Oscar.
It's not? No.
I don't believe so, no.
Because I didn't see it either, but maybe it's like one of those... we held Oscars last night, for like technical, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
It won for best stunts. I would if a movie called Stuntman doesn't win for best stunts, then there's a problem.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, good. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Oscars are this coming weekend on Sunday. I'm going to try to catch Conclave this week at some point.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
You're going to watch it and not be disappointed where Adrian Brody's movie, The Brutalist, is so long.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal in it.
Mm-hmm.
The movie to me was okay. He's phenomenal.
Yeah. What's it about?
An immigrant from, he's a Jewish man coming in from Germany, working odd type of crappy jobs, but he's like this amazing architect.
Mm.
And he designs this library for this rich guy, and then the guy takes a liking to him and opens a center for his mother. This is very wealthy people. His mother, not Adrian Brody's, but the other guy's mother dies, and he builds this kind of like building in her name where kids can play and all this stuff, nice. Basketball, football. But he's very crooked too.
Oh.
So it goes through that story. Adrian gets his wife over, his niece or daughter, I don't really know. But well,
you're selling it. I'll tell you, man. I can't wait to watch it.
It's good. He's phenomenal. Like the whole plot, I don't care for. I'm be honest, but he's phenomenal. Like I'm excited about him.
Yeah.
The movie was good.
Gotcha.
It's solid. Mm-hmm. It's almost. I've seen so many of these Oscars movies because I covered so many. It falls in line with the very artsy Oscar movies, but what gets me excited is not the movie, it's the performance. And I don't know the other actors' names because I'm just watching all these movies because I just found out recently I'm covering the Oscars. So I'm going to go back and learn everybody's name. So what I do in my Oscar prep, I watch all the movies and then go back and start digging into who's doing what, who'd I like. So, but Adrian Brody stood out. I mean, he's a star of it, but he's phenomenal in it. Nice. So if you want to see a great performance in an okay movie, Brutalist.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he won Best Actor because he's phenomenal. Brutalist, I don't think will win, but he's phenomenal and should win.
Good. What do you think of Wicked?
I loved it.
Yeah.
To me, Wicked is more of a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Wicked should be in there because it made so much money. It's beautiful. The performances are great. John Chu should have gotten nominated for an Oscar. He didn't. How can you have one of the biggest movies that come out and all your actors are nominated, but not you? It's weird. It's a weird thing. Yeah. But then I found out from my friend Nikki Novak, she's a critic and she'll be working with me at the Oscars, is that the DGA, the directors, it's the only category where everybody, like I don't even know what they're called, but everybody that votes for the Oscars.
Okay. Oh, what do they call it?
Academy?
The Academy. Yeah.
The Academy, they can't vote on directors. Only directors can vote on directors.
Oh, wow.
And there's 10 movies nominated and only 5 directors get nominated. So it's almost a slight from your peers when you don't get nominated.
Yeah. It is A Complete Unknown, The Substance, Anora, Amelia Perez, and The Brutalist. Those are the 5.
Yeah, and I can see directing-wise, yes, they were visually incredible. Anora was kind of like a low-budget film, and when I say low budget, I think it cost $6 million to make, and it's made $36 million.
Oh wow!
So it's like an independent, I don't know where the independent line draws. Is it 6? Like, when is it not an independent movie? How much money is involved when it's not an independent?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, maybe if you have, it's not like a a Netflix or a Paramount. It's just you have different investors from all over the place.
Yeah.
Like Angel Studios, I guess, could still be considered an independent.
Yes.
Because they are not.
They do a lot of those type of movies.
Absolutely, yeah.
So they did another one, and it's great. You know, I mean, the performances were good, but the Brutalist is beautiful. The Conclave is amazing. I won't watch The Substance. Mm-hmm. I don't like scary movies, but, you know, there we go.
I thought they were going to do a category for like best blockbuster. So the movies that were like Top Gun, Maverick.
Yeah, I heard about that. I guess it didn't happen.
Yeah, maybe not.
But you know what? I think for the Oscars, I believe, you know, it's kind of snooty, I would imagine. Oscars, they want to uphold a level, and I would think that's kind of below them.
Sure.
To go blockbusters. Because if you do blockbusters, I mean, there could be a lot of crappy blockbusters.
Yeah. You are 3 steps away from being the MTV Movie Awards.
Yes,
and
you are.
Not what we do
and
here.
not what you want. You don't want Captain America. I didn't see, no offense to Captain America. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But you don't want that at an Oscar show.
No.
Now it becomes a Marvel. If you just, it's just Marvel movies in there.
Yeah.
You know, big actors, but yeah.
If it's all money making, then that's what, there's no art form to it. You know, that's why I love Louis C.K.'s joke about best documentary, where they were like, he said, whoever wins this is putting it in the back of a 1987 Toyota, like a Toyota, Corolla or something like that, where it's just like a crappy car. This will sit in the back of their crappy car, best documentary, while the rest of us will be driven home in limos into our, you know what I mean? Like these people they'll never make more than $40,000 a year, which I love that there's still like a little bit of an artistic, integrity.
Because that's real art.
Hey guys, Dr. Phil, I'm in the makeup chair or the haircut chair. I know I've got none on top, but I got quite a bit between the legs. TMI, HPV, HBO. Michael Yo is a good friend of mine. He's Asian, he's black, and it's good to have a friend with 2 different ethnicities going on. But he's also funny. He's not just a guy that with an ambiguous face. He's also got a heart that beats inside of him and a wiener between his legs that's full of blood and also passion. So what I mean by that is his comedy special, Snag Daddy, comes out. Okay, somebody just burned a Pop-Tart on an ironing board, but that's not about them. It's about Michael Yo. MichaelYo.com is the website to go to watch his special, Snag Daddy, which comes out January 28th. And depending on when you're watching this promo, the video could be out already. So if you haven't watched the special, watch it, put it in the queue, put the kids in the closet, and shave your head, your back, your pussy, and your crack. We'll be right back. Snag Daddy.
I do want to talk about a plane ride back, because we got in a discussion about this. I tried not to sit the middle seat, but you said, and please leave a comment in the comments about this, and I disagree with you. Rudy thinks if you sit middle seat, you get both armrests.
Yeah.
No, I disagree with that.
So which of the 3 seats deserves to get 2 armrests?
None of them. You got to share. Oh, wait.
There you go.
So you're saying only the middle should have both armrests and the other one shouldn't?
Now, aisle gets aisle, a little bit more legroom, nobody to the left.
I disagree with the argument of legroom. There is no more legroom.
If you want to kick your feet out, you're certainly more than welcome to. I can't kick my feet into the aisle? Or to the window. But aisle, you can kick your feet out. Window gets window. The lady next to me last night kept saying, "Oh, look at the beautiful sunset over the mountains." I was like, would love to. Can't because I can't see it because I'm in the middle seat. You get the window, thus I get both armrests. Middle seat always gets both armrests. No. Aisle gets aisle, window gets window, middle gets both armrests.
No, I disagree with that.
And here's the thing, like I work a lot when I'm on planes.
Yeah.
So you have to, if you don't get both armrests, you're cramped. It's already, you have the person in front of you who leaned back that 4 inches and now you're screaming.
Okay, that's a bigger problem.
Yeah.
That's a bigger problem. If you're in tight quarters and you move your chair back, you're an ass.
Oh, man.
You're an ass.
The worst.
If everybody has no space and you back your... Oh, man, I hate those people. I've seen people get in fights where they'll put their knees right in the middle of the back of the chair so they can't do it. And, man, it can get dirty because it's like it has no space.
Yeah. I would like to normalize people asking the person behind them, or at least informing them.
Yes.
Because there's many times I've been working on my laptop, and when they recline, the lip where the tray comes down catches the top of and then I'm like, you're gonna snap the screen of my laptop.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice if maybe there was a button, or maybe you could be like, hey, I'm gonna. Is that okay protect. If you have drinks, I don't want to go backwards and then you spill your drink on you. I'd like to normalize that.
Yeah, I always sit aisle because what annoys me is when people have to go to the bathroom a lot and they get the window.
Yeah.
It's like plan ahead. If you know your bladder is small, I was on one trip. It was only like 2 hours late. Got up like 4 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Get an aisle.
I agree. Yeah.
Like I hate getting look, if it's once, fine. But this woman got up 4 times. It's like you're being freaking ridiculous now. You know, it's just people don't.
The other people I hate, I had this happen the other day when we were flying, is there was a couple, one was aisle, one was window, I was in the middle. But they talked and like shared each other. Like, dude, just tell me. I will gladly switch spots with one of you.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
There was 5 to 6 people sitting, like 3 in front of me and 3 on the other side in front. They were talking like they were in their living room. Like literally no respect for any, like you literally thought it was a private jet and they were the only ones on it. And I'm like, how does this happen?
Yeah.
How do you lose sense that you're on a plane? And people don't want to hear you talk loud, too. They were like, ah, la, la, la. Lady stood up half the flight in front of me. I was like, oh my God, you guys are annoying.
Entitlement.
Yeah.
So much so. Well, yeah, but no, I'm a big believer that if you got middle seat, dude, because that's the worst. It's the worst spot on the entire flight is middle seat, and if that is the one little tiny piece of solace you get for $5.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
but I mean, I've gotten into fights.
Sure.
Over the level, like where people, it's almost like a chicken fight.
Oh yeah. I've had that moment where I'm working and I'm crunched in like this, and lady on one side, guy on the other side, they're both using the armrest.
Do you both?
I will wait. I will keep a keen eye on both sides, and the second that their elbow comes off that thing, I slide right in.
I love it.
And I'm like, and then they go back, and they're like, what? Oh, I don't know. Maybe if you would have, I don't know, for 2 seconds.
But also, they could put it above yours because that's a long, Because what I've actually by force. I've worked it out where they get the bottom, I get the top of it.
I'm totally okay with that.
You know
I'm
what I mean?
fine with that.
So you can share it.
You can share. And there are some. Like Delta has longer armrests.
Yes.
There's a few. Spirit, a little shorter. So, hey, sorry, you guys are going to have to
you got to figure that out.
Yeah.
I fly Delta a lot. So there you can share on that. Now, I want to talk about this. This is a medical problem I have been going through the last 6 months. And I've been to 3 doctors, and nobody can figure it out. And I'm not literally asking you for medical help, but maybe somebody out there has gone through this and they can tell me what they did about it. So about 5-6 months ago, out of nowhere, when my body temperature, and let's say working out or just anytime like excitement, before I walk out on stage, before I do a presentation, something that like gets you going, get you excited, there's this immense pain on my upper body, and it feels like 1,000 ants are biting me. Wow. It's excruciating. And you probably never noticed it, but when I go out on stage, and this is for people that come to the shows, you know what's going on, but I play it off really well. It'll flare up, but there's no redness or nothing. It just flares up. And that's why sometimes when I start my set, I'm just like doing this. I'm trying to calm it down. Like I remember one time I was in Madison, Wisconsin, and it was so like it flared up so bad. It would look weird. I was rubbing myself. I was just trying to. It just flares up, and it starts from the lower of my back and goes all the way into my head.
Wow!
And it feels like the only way I can describe it is it feels like just ants all over you, just biting you all at the same time, and it's excruciating pain, but I think since I've been dealing with it so long, it still hurts, but I know how to manage it. And the biggest thing to manage it, I found out, is being cold. Like, so if I go into air condition or get under a fan, it goes away. So cold air makes it go away. And I've been to 3 doctors and a dermatologist because they were like, well, it's a skin thing, right? And they said, the dermatologist said, I have 3 people like this. And she actually told me a story where a guy couldn't have sex with his wife because he would flare up and it would hurt so bad.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, she goes, but for him, he had it for like 3 months and went away. Another person, she said she knew another client that had it for like a year and it just goes away. Because she goes, there's nothing that causes it and there's nothing that makes it go away. It just kind of goes away. But to me, I can't take that answer because something has to be triggering it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that. It just goes away. It comes and goes. No, there's got to be something I'm doing. So I've cut out all kinds of food. There's no single thing that triggers it, I've found. I stopped going to certain restaurants I used to visit. Like I always go to one restaurant. I don't want to call them out. I don't want people thinking it's causing it because it doesn't. But I go to this place and I get the same meal every day. So I cut that out for like 2 weeks and it still happened. It happened to me today when I work out. And what's really weird is if I'm picking up, like when I work out, if I make a tight fist, it starts to flare up. Like with weight in it, nobody can figure it out. So what I'm asking you, if you're watching this right now, and this has happened to you, please leave a comment and I'll read all of them. I think I'm to that point where I'm about to reach out to Joe Rogan because he knows everybody.
Yeah.
But just nobody here can figure it out.
Wow, man.
I've even got scheduled MRIs. Like I went twice to go get, what is that MRI where they put you in that tube?
Yeah.
But my body can't handle that. I almost feel like I'm throwing up because I'm
claustrophobic. Yeah.
So there's two options. I can take Valium and do it, or they can put you out and they do it.
Yeah.
So I got to figure out which one I'm going to do.
Huh.
So and honestly, I talked to the doctor about it. He goes, we're just doing all the tests, but we probably won't find out anything in those scans either.
Yeah.
Because he goes, you've done scans, you're physically amazing. Like you're in shape, you're this, but something about, and what's weird, it starts at the bottom of my back. And it just like, it's almost like a fire, like a wave. Like,
wow.
And I can feel it before it starts to happen. And I don't know if that's anxiety. I don't know what it is, man, but it's painful. So if you ever see me on stage, as soon as I get on, it goes away after like 5 minutes, but I'm always like,
yeah.
Like today when I worked out, the first 5 minutes of the workout was so painful, but then it kind of settles.
Yeah. I would say once you do figure it out, don't lose that going up on stage calmly. Because I've always thought that was a thing that you did intentionally. That you would go up and start very calmly and then progressively work your way up.
Yeah.
That I always thought that was a thing. I didn't realize that was like a medical condition.
No, that's a medical thing. I have to start like that.
Well, once you figure it out, don't give that up. Because that's I've always admired because some people come out too hot.
Yeah.
They almost
I have to come out slow. Yeah. Because my body is burning up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
over
insane.
the last 6 months, I used to come out hot. Not like not hot, but
yeah.
I used to go, and then after this, it takes me like 3 or 4 minutes for it to calm down. So I have to go slow because I'm like trying to there's a lot of stuff. My set's going through my head, me trying to calm this, whatever it is going down. So if I came out too hot, I'd probably just disintegrate. I feel like I almost feel like I'll just.
That's it. Yeah.
There was this thing when we were growing up. It was a big rumor, or like you could like just blow up.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Yeah. Like you self implode or something. Yeah.
It was like not articles, but it was like all the kids were like, "Oh man, don't get too mad. You'll just self implode." Blow up, yeah. Is that I don't think it's true.
I can't imagine it would be. I've never seen it.
But
in my
dude,
own two eyes.
this pain feels like it. So if I'm ever scratching, like I remember. So this is funny. I started with my trainer and I told him about it, and everybody's like, "Oh, first I would think, can I catch this off of him?" So I go, "No, it's not contagious or nothing. It's just now. So we got to change the workout. It's like I can't do multiple things in a row. You have to let my body cool down."
Wow.
And I don't know what it is, man, but it freaking sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks, and I've never had any problem. And I'm like, what could it be?
It's got There's
we're on Corolla. I would love to bring it up on the Corolla show. because I know he has a huge base and maybe somebody knows.
Sure.
And I don't want to hear all the people on the crowd. Well, it was the shot.
Yeah.
No, it has because that audience. Well, you took the shot. You took the shot.
They would say that even if you didn't take the shot.
No, it's
so,
true.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's true. But I got to figure it out, man.
Mm-hmm.
I got to figure it out.
That is the thing that I went through something with my daughter where 18 months they couldn't figure it out. And then we just had a dude walk into a conference room, a doctor. The guy's name was Dr. Carlin. I'll never forget it. And he just walked in like House.
Yeah.
Remember that show House?
Yeah, oh, great show.
He just walked in and he let everybody chirp. And then they walked out and he looked at me and my ex-wife and said, I know what it is. And literally within 48 hours, we had a brand new baby.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So somebody's got an answer. It's just finding the right person.
It's finding the right person. And like I said, I don't need your medical advice if you're not a doctor on this. But what I do need is if it happened to you, what'd you do and who'd you go to?
Yeah.
That's what I really need.
Yeah.
I need a doctor's name. And my friend gave me the advice. Actually, my trainer, he's more of the holistic person. And he goes, probably, I forgot what their type of medicine is. I guess there was another name, not just holistic, but he's not a doctor either. But a lot of times it starts with the gut. But I eat so clean.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, all right, well, let me just try taking some kombucha and some probiotics and stuff. Didn't help. Nothing's helping right now, man. And it's so frustrating. It even happens when I meet people at the meet and greets. Mm-hmm. Like if it gets awkward, and my wife has said maybe anxiety, but I don't feel like I have anxiety.
Yeah, I have anxiety. Terrible. I mean, it's under control.
I don't even know what anxiety. Yeah. I couldn't tell you if I had it or not because I always feel very comfortable in front of people. Mm-hmm. But sometimes when we're in the airport and somebody stops me out of nowhere, it'll flare up. It's almost like when I don't know. I don't know what causes it either. It just flares up for no reason.
Yeah, man. You know, my family doesn't watch a lot of podcasts, but anytime somebody brings up something medical, dude, they're Johnny on the spot. So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
so many people think,
My aunt, trust me, right now my aunt is like watching this, just being like,
I read a quote that said, the problem with people today, the problem with people with no knowledge is they think they have all the knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not asking for people to give their medical advice on this, but I am asking if this has happened to anyone because I would love to see how you took care of it. So,
sure.
So we'll end this one. Yeah. The week in 15 minutes, you find out about my medical problems. So please, 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 like I said, I've been dealing with this for 6 months, and now it's like, you know what? Let me just talk about it on the podcast. Maybe somebody out there has dealt with this in the past, and you guys are awesome. You guys support me, so I would love to figure this out. It's just, oh man, it hurts.
Well, dude, good luck. I didn't realize you were going through that.
Oh
Sorry
yeah.
to hear, man.
Oh yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough. But it doesn't happen at home though. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just out in the real world. Mm-hmm. So with the kids and everything, it really doesn't affect me. Like the kids can have me stressed out, doesn't happen. It's more of, and maybe it is anxiety. It's more when I'm surprised by something or like my body goes through or my temperature rises.
Yeah.
And when I say temperature, it's like, oh, go ahead right now and bench press that. You know, I would feel my mom's calling me. I would feel the anxiety.
Yeah.
So, or whatever it is. So,
yeah.
Hey, leave your comments. The week in 15 minutes, Boulder, Colorado, this Friday. Let's sell it out. Just a few more tickets left. Come on, Boulder. It's my first time there. Don't let me down. Anything else, Rudy?
I'll be with you in Boulder, and then the next night I'll be downtown Chicago or downtown Denver at the Comedy Lounge for 3 shows, 6, 8, and 10 p.m.
Whoa, you're doing it, bro.
Yeah, man. And then, man, just find us at Jimmy Kimmel's starting the first week of March. We're going to be there Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Oh, yeah, Jimmy Kimmel's. So my residency is expanding. It's at 6 o'clock on Tuesday and Wednesday. I wanted to start a show where I could do it. You know, I'm all about family. I wanted to do an early show because I think there's a lot of people like me around my age range that wants to see an early show and be home or be back in your hotel room or go eat after. So like 7:30, the show will be over by 7:30. So 6 to 7:30, boom, you're on your way. Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club. We'll see you next time. Later.